स्वामी रामानंद तीर्थ मराठवाडा युनिव्हर्सिटी नांदेड affiliated to कैरसिका महाविद्यालय देवनी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बॉटनी. Myself Dr. V.S. Chetige, Assistant Professor and Head of Department of Botany, online class BSc TY, lecture number 10. They yesterday discussed to the pathogen through the infected in a pathogen. Today discuss to the dispersal of transmissions, dispersal or transmissions or disseminations of the plant pathogens. What is mean by dispersal? A plant disease may be spread from the plant to plant and from one locality to another when the disease is caused by the plant pathogen, and plant pathogens are beginning carried by the one means another to the uniperfect, the plant of uniperfected localities. The spread of the such disease of the plant depends on some agency of the disseminations to the air, water, animal, birds, insect and man. Of the several agency by the plant pathogens by the beginning, disseminations and dispersal, the air, several the largest, the number of pathogens and pyramids, the most of rapid and widespread, the distributions of the them, the strong wind, gust and effect of disloading, they carrying the masses of the fungal spore, bacteria, pollen, etc. to a responsible height and thus making them is available to the convention current to the wind which is carry them to the great height. Thus the air in calculations they carry these minutes the spore to the long distance. The demonstrations of the plant pathogens by the air may they take place into the two generally ways. First, by wind distributions of diseased plant part, and second, by wind dispersal of the spore and vegetative cells. Spores of many pathogenic fungi are well adapted to the aerial dispersal. They are very small and height in a weight and may be carried easily by wind from the one place to another. Common example of urdospores of the rust, fungi, conidia of albigo, spirinospores. The dispersal of plant pathogen by the air through the air infection and Phytophthora chain of the conidia in a powder mildew of conidia of many acromycetes and dichromycetes, and the telospore of some smut, the create adaptations favor the spores dispersal. For the instance, the forcible discharges of the basidiospore and hemomycetes, acrospores in many acromycetes. For the effect of air disseminations, the high spore production is also essential because a large number of spores are wasted during the process. For the example, rust and smut produce the large number of spores. A single wheat, the kernel beginning converted into the burnt source by Taylor's carries contains 6 to 12 million spore. Ustigo made the kern smut produce about the 6 billion spore in a cubic inch. The smut galls reproduction in a bacteria is even more the prolific, the become the narrows productions. The production of plants in splites, the great wastage during disseminations. They are several and develop during the favorable conditions. The numerous examinations of the spore contents upper ear have been made by ear spores. The spores of pollen grain were found to be fairly abundant up to 11,000 feet above which they become scarce. The nearly all the wheat grow in the India is found a winter crop in plants. In these area, rust does not save the intense heat of the summer, and the wheat crop is infected anew each year from rusted cereals growing in the Himalayan, the foot of Himalayan hills and Nagar, Nilgiri and plant hills. The peninsulas India, the irido stage is abundant when is the hill crop are harvested in May and June, and the parasite is several. The cell for wheat plants unit the new of hill crops are showing in the and the inoculum is thus available in a time to the account of for the first the break in the plants of North India, which usually occur in a journey the February. The plant's pathogen may be brought down into the earth by descending the winds or air's movements, just as the may be leaflet. The ascending one bird in the 1882 was the first demonstrated the action of the wind in distributing the plant pathogens. In an area in India, K.C. Mehta detected by the spore cereal rust in the air from 2 to 3 weeks before any infection could be found in a field or grain in that is the seconds. Thank you very much. Any problem to ask me and chat to the Google Classroom, attend to the class. Thank you very much. Today to discuss yesterday discuss to the point, and today discuss to the point problem to the ask me. Thank you, have a nice day, good day.